Foodie, OnlyFans.
Bro.
You got that in my head. No. After that, kind of getting comfortable with that, it was Instagram kind of brought me back up.
I didn't know you had an editor, bro. Lucky.
I did for a little, yeah. So half the time it was him, and then half the time it was me, and you could tell which one's me and which one's his.
Yeah.
Like his is really good. Mine's like off my phone. I know I'm talking a lot. So
No, you're good.
bad.
Go ahead, bro.
Go off.
Go ahead. Go off, queen. All right, what's up, y'all? And welcome back to another episode of Nice4What. I am your host, Treyvin, and with me today, I got a man a man of many talents, I should say. That sounds so wrong.
Wow.
A man who does a 9-to-5 and also does content creation. I don't even know how to do an episode, I don't even know how to do an intro for you, bro.
That's good enough.
I got my boy Mark with me.
What's
Mark.
goody, y'all? What's goody?
Mark, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
The one and only multi-talented. No, I'm just kidding. What's good, y'all? It's Mark Quiroz. You guys probably saw me in one of the first episodes with the other Mark, but this time I'm alone.
Yeah.
My Insta and all that, I think I changed it from the last time.
Oh, you did?
It's
Yeah.
Mark Tells Ya on all platforms, TikTok, all that. But we're here again, and I'm excited, so thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Let's get it going.
Yeah. Just kind of touching it back on, touching on the fact that you said, I read that we kind of touched the fact that you're a creator. We'll go ahead, I guess. Well, I'll say first. I'll kind of disclose first. So our main topic for today is the life of a creator, and who else, of course, am I going to bring on besides this man who's doing his foodie content and everything and is blowing up and is going crazy. And I'm just going to keep hyping him up.
No, you're making me shy over
He going
here,
crazy. He getting shy. He doing all this and that. You know, you probably seen him. He partnered with the light rail.
That's all you got, bro?
I don't even know what else. But
Shout
yeah,
to light rail.
we'll kind of go off of that. So like, you already described who you are, but like, or I kind of touched on it too. What type of content do you do besides like, you know, the usual?
The content I do, it kind of just spotlight's kind of on the foodie.
OnlyFans. Just kidding.
OnlyFans. I told you not to tell people. Foodie, OnlyFans.
Bro.
You got that in my head. No. Foodie. You messed me up. Keep that in. No. Foodie, travel, and just kind of like my lifestyle overall. That's kind of what it is. So it's kind of, there's no stress towards it because this is just what I do.
Yeah.
Like I love eating. I love traveling. So
yeah.
For content purposes, I kind of just do things with what interests me. Some things I've never done or something that I'm familiar with. Just all in whatever I find. It's kind of spur of the moment, you know, which is pretty cool because it's just like, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? And I'm just like, let's do it. So most of the stuff is like foodie, travel, lifestyle, and basically just me, like stuff I like. Yeah, whatever's popping off, trendy stuff too, and yeah.
And I'm assuming so. Like, what type of platforms do you use? So besides like Instagram, is there any other platforms you use? Or anything like that? So
before any of this, I did YouTube in 2018.
Yeah,
and that was kind of started it all with the content creating, digital marketing, and putting myself out there. And after that, kind of getting comfortable with that, it was Instagram kind of brought me back up. And so with Instagram, I went back to the YouTube, and then from there, TikTok is very helpful. Yeah. And it's very, you know, creator friendly. Yeah. Or if you're just starting to create, TikTok is really good for that. Yeah. I need to start putting on Snapchat too. Just like on the stories. Really? Yeah, I used to do that where you just put the link on the stories and then they'll kind of just overview it. So
does that work? Does it work like that?
Yeah, no, I haven't done it yet, but I've done it on YouTube before, like when I first did it. So it would just be like, you could put your own thumbnail and just put the link in the middle and then whoever's following you could just click it and then it'll just go straight to the page. Okay. Yeah, so that, what else? Those are the main. Facebook too. Yeah. That automatically linked to Instagram. So those are just the four I'm comfortable with, but mostly Instagram. That's mostly where all the videos and stuff are from.
I mean, you kind of touched on it too. Like, how long have you been doing it for? You said like what, 2018 is kind of when it started, or
yeah.
Well, that's when YouTube started.
Yeah, so 2018, 2019 is when I first started YouTube, and then not knowing, I don't want to say baggage, but just the amount of work you have to put in for that. You know it too firsthand. And I also had like someone who edited it for me. Like I was such a slow. Really? Yeah, but I was such a slow learner. Like he would try to teach me. Yeah. But I'm just like,
I know you had an editor, bro. Lucky.
I did for a little. Yeah. So half the time it was him, and then half the time it was me, and you could tell which one's me and which one's his. Yeah. Like his is really good. Mine's like off my phone.
I mean, they were both high.
But he taught me a lot. So shout out to Dallas. And 2018, 2019, that's when YouTube, and that's when, the anxiety and stuff was like, oh, Mark really does this content creating. And I think I took a break. Because
your shit was hitting.
Yeah. I will say. It was doing this thing. And yeah, I think I took a break. I think because I was studying or something.
Oh, for banking.
It was maybe studying. It might have been.
Or no, I think you were doing school.
School, studying. There was just something. Life happened. That's what it was.
COVID happened.
COVID. I have footage from COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a lot of half of my stuff is COVID. So
is it really?
Yeah, I had the
I thought you took a break during COVID too.
No, that's when I was like peak. Let's get outside.
Okay, Okay.
So I think we both brought our laptop to work.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Okay, no, I remember that now.
Yeah, and then I took a break, and then kind of what brought me back.
Yeah.
What brought me back? To be honest, the last 4 months been a blur. I think what brought me back is I've been shooting my shot for these jobs that needed, some sort of certificate or degree.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any of that. All I put in my resume, which is unprofessional, I put YouTube in my @.
Oh, you're sending actual resumes out?
I did resumes, but it wasn't towards any job field. It was just, this is what I've done. It doesn't have it. I didn't put a cover. Yeah. It was everywhere. It was just like banking. This is what I did for banking. And they'll be like, oh, by the way, YouTube. So there was no direction with my resume. It was just here. This is what I've done. And figure it out.
But I mean, YouTube in itself is its own portfolio if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because it is multimedia stuff that you're doing and
That's true. I guess because I didn't, my introduction wasn't digital marketing or YouTube. Yeah. It just didn't make sense to have banking, Safeway, and then at the bottom, extra YouTube, 200 subscribers or something.
I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I still did it.
People's bios is TikTok. It is 1 mil followers.
Yeah, I guess if it works. But I think now I have a better grasp of resumes. I'm okay, let me do a cover. Let me do introduction. Let me, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So after not, getting rejected over and over from jobs and just oh, this might be a job I could do. Because I'm trying to do a remote where I could just, do my thing.
We're all trying to do remote.
Yeah, everyone's trying to do remote. Or hybrid, so you could still have that, in-person conversation.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, you have the choice, right?
Depends.
Depends. So from there, I just was let me just build a portfolio.
Yeah.
And let me just create these videos. And the cool thing about, I have different friend groups, and I have a couple people where I tell them my goals.
Yeah.
And it's never they tell me the real world stuff. They tell me all right, what's the next step?
Yeah.
What can we do? It's never no or anything. Yeah. So there's 5 people I could just say hey, this is my next move. And they're okay, how are we going to do that?
Yeah.
And then from there, so they're the people I tell initially what's going to happen or what my next move is next month. Or I'll give them a hint. I'm what do you think of this? And they'll be I could see it, but you might need to upgrade your camera. I'm you're right. Or watch this video before you do it. Or they'll give me, constructive criticism or feedback. And I'm just bet. So then after, I know I'm talking a lot. So
no, you're good. Go ahead, bro.
Go off.
Go ahead. Go off, queen.
Should I break it down?
It's on the
table. So I really don't know how it I've always been in the digital marketing field or wanting to do that.
Yeah.
And then I think the bellhop video. Oh no, I was with another content creator, and I saw how they did it because they actually were getting, you know, benefits from it, like free trip or free food and everything. So I think once I saw that, I was like, oh, this is what I need to do. And I asked them for advice and everything, and they were very, very helpful.
Of course.
And because my stuff was everywhere. If you saw my YouTube, it's reaction. It's what's it called? The Wing Dome 7 alarm challenge.
It was like a lot of different.
It was everywhere.
I mean, it's kind of like same format as like David Dobrik in a way, or like who's another.
I think it worked for David because he already had the audience from Vine. Yeah, I just like, let's see where this goes. I
mean, but at the time that YouTube and stuff, or like YouTube or like whatever was starting, I think that was like start of Instagram. No, 2018 wasn't start of Instagram, but it was like I think during that time it was just like it made sense. Yeah. Because I remember you were coming out with that stuff, and it was hitting. Like a lot of people were watching and everything like that. Yeah. And your content was going places. So like I don't blame you for following
trying that.
Yeah.
It was just the reaction. Like that should have been a different playlist or channel. Because like the algorithm was like, bro, what audience are we trying to get, you know? So then after seeing how like the result could be, then like I started like to form a team naturally. Yeah. And the team could just be like, you know, people from the community or just people just like, hey, I'll help you out, or hey, let me tag along. Yeah. And then every month it's just been like another person wants to help. Another, you know, restaurant wanted to help. Yeah, like the first one was a bellhop video. Yeah. The bellhop was the first one where I'm just like, let's just do this thing. Yeah. Let's just shoot my shot. I'm not going to ask for permission. I'm just going to do it with my little brother. And that one really did good. And after that, I'm like, let's just try other things. And, you know, with supportive friends and, you know, try doing the voiceovers. And from there, I think I just said yes to everything. Yeah. Like, that's where I'm at now. Like if you say I have a pod episode, I'm like, let's do it if I have time.
Yeah, because it opens the door for you. Yeah. And like I feel like we're both kind of in that point where it's just like we just want new opportunities, and like something to get us started. Exactly. So no, I don't blame you for that.
Yeah, no, it's literally just I told someone today, I'm just saying like I think another pod is like, do you want to come in? I'm like, hell yeah. Yeah. Like I don't look at followers or anything. Like if you want me to do something or want to kick it or like anything that could be beneficial for either one of us, hell yeah, I'll do it. Like I don't look at followers like that. So like restaurants, hey, can you review us? Hell yeah. Like I can't eat the shellfish, but I could, you know, eat the other stuff, you know, like hold on the shellfish. But like it's cool because everyone's just so supportive too. Like you're reposting everything.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Like so you always support, like, you know, high school teachers support me, or because I think the community that I grew up in, they're always supportive of me and they watch me grow up. But if they see consistency in me, they're like, let's go, Mark. Like, let's see where we could go. So it's just from there, you know, it's been a fun ride. And, you know, being a student still, also being humble enough to be a student, I think is number one.
I think that's the biggest one. Yeah. Is like learning that you're not at the top. And even if you're at the top, you're still never going to be at the top. Exactly. Like you should... It's like being humble and like understanding that like there is going to be people that do different things, and there's going to be people that understand it better than you. Yep. And then like you just have to be willing to learn and like willing to take criticism and like really be.
Exactly. Like there's always going to be someone if you're looking at it this way, like there's always going to be someone with more followers or someone better than you or someone who has better technology. Like I don't even look at it like that. It's just like be a student, like keep your mind open. Take criticism as a learning experience. Don't take it to heart or don't try to be sensitive. It's okay to be sensitive, but like, you know, try to control it if you can. And just have an open ear. Like, don't be scared to ask questions. Yeah. Like, I know that could be, might have anxiety to.
Oh, it's hella intimidating.
Yeah. Hella intimidating anxiety. Like, you don't want to ask a dumb question, but I think that should be your sign. Like, if someone answers it, like keep talking with them. If someone gives you attitude, it's like, all right, man, like I just want to ask a simple question. Yeah. And you just learn from there. But, you know, it's been a fun ride, and I know there's going to be videos that's going to hit and there's going to be videos that's going to
Yeah.
And I don't even look at it like that because I know I expect it. Like the YouTube in 2018 really helped me with that. You might have a full year of 60 views, 20 views, 12 views, but there might be that fourth year that just like, oh wait, what is this guy doing?
Or sometimes it takes like longer too. Like, I mean, these podcasts comes out weekly and it's like maybe the first week it'll be like 20 views.
Exactly.
Maybe 10 views.
And
but then out of nowhere it jumps up to like 200 and I'm like, what?
See? And it's like the thing about what we're doing, it's like it's for fun.
Oh yeah.
Like we don't even look at it like that. It's like we're still gonna be consistent. We're gonna still like, of course that's the end goal, but like the journey is gonna be the fun part. So this is the fun part. This is where like you're gonna struggle a little bit.
Oh, for sure. You're
gonna top ramen for dinner or something.
For sure.
Like it feels like you're back in college.
Sometimes you don't even eat.
Like nap is your fucking nap.
Water.
Yeah. Water's your nap, or nap is your water, or something. Like your dinner is sleeping.
Yeah. Honestly, there's Vanessa will say the same thing. I forget to eat sometimes.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you're in the mode, or you're just stressed, and it's like I write down, or I try to when I can, like where I started.
Yeah.
And then the collabs, and then the benefits I'm getting now, so I don't forget.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, like today.
Yeah.
I wrote yours. I'm like, oh, like first podcast. I'm just like, dope. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So this year, I'm like, let's just see what we could do. So like this day, I did this. What did I learn?
Yeah.
If I did, a food place, I'll write down like, did I pay for it, or did they pay for it, or did they pay and give me food or something, or I'll write down the benefits of it, like how was the people and everything. So it's so fun.
Yeah.
Cause it's just you.
Yeah.
It's just cool, man.
No, and it's cool because you surrounded yourself around the right people too, like your community and stuff. Like when I see your content, I'm like, oh shit, like good. He's happy. Like, like he's actually doing something. Like it might not be what your end goal is in terms of like your content and what you're creating, but like it's still like it's cool to see you having fun.
Yeah.
And like doing what you want to do.
100%.
And it's like, like how could you be mad at that?
Yeah.
And like it's gonna happen, like especially in this field, like or in this industry, like you're gonna have people that are like either on your side.
Yeah.
They're faking to be on your side, and like they're just trying to get at, they're just trying to get with whatever group it is you're in, and then there's people that like genuinely want your downfall, and that's fine. Honestly, like this is part of life. There's gonna be people like that too. So it's like, I know that was like a thing for me to like kind of accept too. Is like you're gonna have people that you're gonna have your true like people that are gonna stick with you by your side and like fully support you, and you're gonna have the people that like they're putting up a front, and you can kind of see past it after a while.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like I'll kind of go with it, but then like I'm still on edge, or like I'm still like protecting myself and like my stuff. And it's like, if I blow up or like, however this goes, like, as much as I want to bring like people up with me and stuff like that, there's still like, I knew what your true intentions were like from the start. Yeah.
Yeah. That's always going to be tough too.
And like people change, like I understand that, but still it's like,
they're
like if you were doing that in the beginning and then like just kind of using me, then I didn't, there's a certain type of disrespect then at that point.
Yeah, and it's always good to keep an eye open on that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, down the road, you're going to have to make sacrifices.
Oh,
too.
For sure.
Like, you're going to have to put you first. Like, I think with me, I was always like not yes man, but people pleaser.
Yeah.
I've gotten better with that, where I'm just like, it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
I kind of distance myself from... Like, I'm being more selfish now.
Yeah, which is fine.
Respectfully selfish.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, like this vibe or this energy is just not working for me. And sometimes, it could be an obstacle.
Yeah.
It could be like, a tough little moment that makes you better. You're going to have to like learn that for yourself.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But, there's going to be some times where you're just like, you're going to pick you. Like, no matter how long your friendship's been with someone, day one or whatever, there could be a situation where they haven't grown up, or they might hold you down, or, you're putting too much energy towards them that could, bring you a toxic energy.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like, you got to put you first. There's going to be sacrifices. And I think this is the fun part of the journey, where you're kind of like, there's going to be good, there's going to be bad. Yeah. And, like, it's just for you to find out, like take the jab and just continue with it.
Yeah, that's kind of why I brought you up on this episode too, is because we're kind of like, in terms of mindset and stuff like that, I feel like we're kind of in that same zone.
Yeah.
So it's like easier to relate in terms of like what we're going to be talking about, but then also like kind of like our background and what we're going through.
Yeah.
So it's like there's some type of like commonality, and then there's like differences. Obviously, like you're a little bit older than me. You've gone through different things. Like you've seen different things.
You ain't gotta say that.
But then okay, not like hella older than me, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah, my back hurt right when you said that.
No, and then there's like different levels. Like you're like in terms of your content, like yeah, you're at a higher level than like where I'm at. But then again, like we have different type of content. So it's like and there's a certain type of respect.
100%.
Like just because you're doing like a little bit better, like doesn't mean I'm gonna bring you. No. Like what the hell?
Well,
if you're able to go up and do that shit, that honestly that drives me more to be like, oh shit, like hell yeah.
Like, no, 100%. And the thing is like I don't even look at it as doing better because I'm looking at different aspects because you're better than me on the camera. Like
I get
if you're thinking of it like that, like look at the setup you got. I don't even know how to do any of this.
Yeah.
Like I cannot set up a podcast. So if you're doing followers, it's just whatever. But like you're doing your thing, and like we're just supporting each other. Like even if you had 0 followers or 1 million followers, like, I'm still gonna treat you the same. I'm still gonna share what I can.
No, for sure.
For sure. This is dope because we are in this like we kind of started at the same time too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know what was your come up like before you started, because I knew that was always on your mind, but I know you did like a little bit of singing. I know you did the vlogs.
I did like a lot of different shit, dude.
You did the daily vlogs. You did the gym vlogs. You did the singing. You did something in Canada, I think. You did a trip with your homies.
I did a trip, so
like one of your old videos.
Yeah, no. So like I guess I'll kind of talk about it, but like I did know, like before the podcast, I did have like it all started on Instagram for me. Yeah. And then I had a Vine, but it never really like I never really hit.
Everyone had the Vine.
I don't think I really ever like hit on the Vine, which is fine. Like that was definitely a harder industry to like kick into. But when Instagram came out, and then I started posting more, and then at some point I did a YouTube cover. That was like during COVID. So then the YouTube cover came out, and then everybody's like, "Oh, you should make like." No. Actually, I mixed that up. So we did it. Yeah, me and my friends did it. I bought a camera. And then me and my friends did a Canada vlog. And then I put that just on like solely on Instagram, and then everybody's like, "Oh yeah, make a YouTube." And then so I made a YouTube, and then that was during college, so then like obviously it was easier to film content. Cuz like every you know, like every day is different, or like every week's different. Yeah. So then, you know, I was putting out like I think it was like weekly or like bi-weekly videos or something like that. So then I saw how that was hitting, and then COVID happened, so then things kind of like slowed down for me in terms of vlogs, because I mean obviously like we were working, but then also like we weren't doing anything outside. So it was like, or I was doing sports, and it's kind of hard to film when you're like
when you're in it.
Yeah, when you're in it, so it's like whatever. And then like I moved to Seattle, and then like the YouTube covers, I don't know where that came from. I think that was just something like I wanted to do. You
were just testing it. And it was if I remember your favorite song growing up or something.
Yeah. A lot of those songs are like Filipino songs, and it's like stuff like I grew up around. Yeah. So I think I was just following like the YouTube like Age of Raphael type like era, which is fine.
No, 100%.
You know, and then that's still like experimenting, and then I stopped that, and then I started doing just like Instagram like stories, just motivational stuff. Like as much as that like helped other people, it was mainly for me. Yeah. And it kind of like it helped during that time that I needed it, so that was kind of cool. And then everything just kind of like died down, and then I kind of brought back up the vlogs, but it was hard to do just because work was kind of taking up most of my time. So we can't.
Well, it was the second.
It was like the second round of vlogs, I guess. Like it was like.
Which one was that? I'm trying to remember.
The first one. I remember
the first one.
First one was like tea time, and then second one was like.
Oh, the daily vlogs in your car.
Yeah.
In the car, right?
Yeah. Before you got it was mainly in the car.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
Like I did like an Instagram reel, and then that was kind of cool to see. And then I was like, okay, cool. I got my phone like that can record just as well. So then I was like, because I dropped the camera, like the camera wasn't doing as good as I thought, or the audio wasn't as good as I thought. So then I was like, okay, fuck it. Whatever. So then I switched back to my phone, and then it was like doing that. But then
phone does wonders.
That took a pause, and then. Yeah, podcasting kind of like, honestly, this kind of came out of nowhere, in all honesty. I guess perfect timing, though, because, Family Mart Podcast, they're based in Las Vegas. They're the ones that kind of got me started first. It's like 4 cousins. It's 4 Filipino cousins, and they're just shooting the shit their whole time.
You visited them, right? Or you saw them recently?
No, that was a different one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a different one. That was like the second one that kind of got me going.
Yeah.
But no, Family Owner podcast, I was like listening randomly. I don't know how. I think it was like TikTok.
Yeah.
It like randomly jumped into my algorithm. And then I was listening to them, and then I got deep in like that TikTok wormhole.
You got trapped, bro.
Yeah, and then like I found their YouTube channel, and then I found out what their backstory was, and I was like, honestly, I could do this shit. Like this, like I don't see my friends as much as I want to, and like their reasoning for starting it and like doing what they're doing, like I like that, and I kind of want to follow that. Yeah. So then like they kind of got the ball rolling. I still didn't start it. I was just like talking to different friends, and like they were like, yeah, it sounds dope, but then a lot of people are like, it's dope, but then they don't want to actually like act on it, which is fine. Like it's not for everybody. And then Under the Influence, like I figured them out. That was the people that came into town.
That's the one.
So and then their content, same thing. It's like for friends, or like they became friends. Like I think some of them were like strangers, or just like came on late, which is cool too. But like same thing. They're just hanging out. They're just shooting the shit, talking about like things that matter and things that like. Honestly, like it could help. Some of their content did help me, and then some of their content didn't. But then it's like also hearing it from like a different viewpoint was kind of cool. So like it was like Vegas, California, and then like I wanted to start. I was supposed to start with that can be another episode. But like Esperanza, Esperanza. Christina, we were gonna start one.
What was it gonna be called?
That was gonna be Tech Talks, because it was Treyvin, Esperanza, Christina. That would have been dope, honestly.
Yeah, that would have.
But
that was the perfect combination.
No, it was dope. But then it was just hard in terms of schedule because we were always working.
Yeah.
And then it was just like so that one, and then at some point I was just like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna start it.
Well, I think that's the big step you took, because a lot of the podcast talk doesn't leave the circle, doesn't leave the group chat.
Yeah.
So you actually like. For me, when you said it, I'm like, okay, let's see. Because you said Christina, Esperanza, and you. And I'm like, all right. And then you guys said like a date. Or I think you guys had a date, right?
We had
to do it.
Yeah. Well, like it was crazy because, I don't know, just one day randomly I woke up and I was like, okay, cool. I made the Instagram, the TikTok, and the YouTube page. And then like we were discussing schedules and stuff. And like that's when we figured out like everybody's just too like busy in their own things, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like we were all going through like a very...
life.
Yeah. There was it was like a point in life where we were all like very busy doing like certain things, or like someone's moving or like stuff like, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Or jobs changing,
Yep.
But no, I don't know if we had like a date set up, or we might have. I don't remember.
I think I think y'all convinced me that you guys are actually going to do it. So that's when I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then once you posted once you actually were taking it seriously or something like that, then I gave you like, this is what I think you should do.
Yeah.
I think I gave you like a text.
You did. Bro, you did.
Be consistent. Like there's going to be stuff that happens, but the number one thing is just be consistent.
No, and that shit helped, to be honest.
Because that was my thing that
Yeah.
messed up. Like I wasn't consistent, or I tried to be too consistent where it was like quantity over quality, but I always like you should do quality over quantity. I kind of did both, but
there's like a middle to it. Like, because when you're first starting out, it's like a lot of people are like, a lot of the like UTI when they came into town, like a lot of their thing is like just start it, push out as much as you can. Like at that point they were quantity over quality.
Yeah.
And then like after you kind of get developed and everything like that, get your name out there, then you can start to focus like
okay, that makes sense.
Kind of reel it back and then slowly focus on the quality. But I don't know, for me it was like, as much as I want to push out quantity like that, like one, it's hard because like when you're working, it's very hard to find time to do that. And then two, it's like, no, because it's like my name's on it. Like I want, like, well, I mean, that's my own like OCD, my own like perfectionist type thing. I mean, kind of push that aside a little bit, but it's like, if my name's going to be on this, like I want it to be good quality stuff, and I want it to be like, I want to actually take my time with it.
I think that's a good habit just for anything. Yeah. You just like, you want to be proud of your work, or if someone looks at it, you just want to be like, yeah, I did that. Yeah. Because I'll be looking at old stuff and I'm like, we could skip the intro or something. Yeah. There's going to be cringy moments. But
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Like the big thing for me was like, their biggest advice to me too was like, embrace the cringy stuff. Yeah. And like, 100%. It's going to be a thing.
No,
and
I agree.
Especially in this industry, like if this is the path you're going to go down, like you got to learn to be okay with it, accept it. But then also like, you know, be yourself and like continue being yourself and don't change for like anybody.
I think that's the number one thing I would tell people is just be weird.
Yeah.
Like
as like
all the people you look up to, they were weird to someone.
Oh, for sure.
Like they were looked at as weird as hell. You can even say, you know, Martin Luther King, he was weird to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Like just for what he believed in. He was looked at weird, and he still continued his route, and like he made a big change. Like even artists, like you think like when Lil Uzi started, like there's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like
you know, like,
but then like he became
and then
thing.
like now
like,
people are mimicking him, or like he started the like Lil Wayne, he started a whole like generation of music. So it's like you have to be weird. There's gonna be that first wave when you're weird is like, what are you doing? This is like what? You're gonna be anxious, you're gonna be made fun of. And I feel like when you get that, well, there's gonna be two ways. Either you should listen to them because bro, you might get arrested or some shit like that's weird, or there's gonna be like, I always like, if they're like being jealous or talking whatever, you're getting closer. That's like the next step of your goal. Like you're getting feedback, you're getting people are hating on you.
Yeah,
you're getting closer. Like that's the first step that I think a lot of people took, and you know that's I think your sign to keep going. Yeah, if it's not the first thing I said where you could, you know, you're actually being whatever. I'm not gonna say weird, but
because you can't use your weird. Yeah. You said you know be weird.
Like my route. Well, two things of me. I it took me a minute to be aware that I created my own hater. Like no one ever said they hated my stuff. I had one person that like apologized. That they apologized that like, bro, I was talking so much shit about your shit. And I'm like, oh, bro, I thought you were joking. Like he's like, no, I was serious. Yeah. And I was like, oh, but like, it's cool. And but what was I just saying?
You're talking about shit. You're talking about haters and.
Oh, I created my own hater. Yeah. So I would create my own. So every time I post or the pre-post, I'd be anxious of what people would think or see. Dude, but it didn't exist because no one's ever said that. Yes. So I was self-sabotaging myself of just like, I can't post this or I can't sound like this or I can't do this. It's just like I was my biggest hater. And I realized it's like, no one's ever said it in front of me. I'm going to post this regardless. Yeah. And let's just see how it goes. And I'm going to continue the post because... You know, this is what I want to do. And, you know, through this process, the beginning process of like the negativity, the anxiety, like the anxiety is going to stay regardless. It became with the consistency, the negativity became like, how can we help? Like, hey bro, let me get on a video too. Yeah, you can come on a video. Let me collab with you. Like, and then I'm like, so that first negativity, I'm not there by any means. This is a good start. This is a good stepping stone. It might not be the ending. But like this just shows me like I'm going on the right path, and it's fun because everyone's also doing it, and I'm not gonna say no to anyone. Yeah, it's just like I crossed the negativity. There's gonna be more negativity, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
There's gonna be
for sure. It never stops. I'm
gonna cry.
It never stops. I'm gonna get a call from this man. Like, yo,
bro, they said I'm ugly, bro. But then, like now I'm getting the support. They see the consistency. Yeah. People are sharing. Like. Yeah. Like people are like, bro, when's the next one? Oh, you should do this place. And I'm just like, okay. And then I know there's going to be another wave. I passed the first wave. There's going to be another wave. Yeah. There's going to be more. And it's going to be more picky for other people. Yeah. So it's my job and my friend's job. That's not their job, but it's my job to be grounded. Yeah. And just be like, this is where you started. This is going to happen. Yeah. It's been worse. You've done worse. And just keep going.
Yeah. Because I think the thing people, like a lot of people... I mean, the perception is like you see people, whether it's doing good or whether it's doing like mid, right? Yeah. And like, even with the show, like we can use the show as an example. It's like starting it out, like, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, what are you going to put out there? Like, you know, what are you even going to talk about? Like, there's a lot of shows that do the same thing. I was like, like I let the voices get in my head at some point, but then I was also like, you know what? No, fuck this. Because it was like the first episode came out. I was like, oh, shit, this is hella fun. Yep. Second episode came out. First episode. And then everybody was like, you know, just telling me different things. And I was like, cool. Like, I'm going to take your criticism in. Yes. But then, like, there were some that was like, you know, you should do better at this, do better at that. Or, like, people were like, you know, you should do this and do that. And I'm like, look, I hear you. I'm definitely going to take that in. Yeah. I'm going to go towards that route. But understand that I just started. Like this is this video number 1, this video number 2. Yeah. Even now, like video 12, like or that's episode 12, like it's still early on. It's so early on. Yeah. That people don't understand that, like, for one, I'm one person. Like 2, it's like I don't think you know, there's a lot of other shows, and they like I admire people that can get like multiple co-hosts and like they have a set like group and everything like that.
Yeah.
I'm very admirable with that, just because like, you know, it's multiple brains going into one thing.
Yep.
Versus like, yeah, I have like outside help. Like I can always ask for you for help, or like my girlfriend Vanessa, or like, you know, Gavin, whoever.
Yep.
But like, I think it's not talked about enough to where it's like, if you're creating content alone, like there is a point where you do feel very alone. Yeah. In terms of when you're creating and when you're like brainstorming, and when you're like, when you're just like in your room and you're just like you're kind of just there. And it's like what's next, right? Yep. Like for me, it's like every week, so it's like I got to figure out like, shit, who's my next guest gonna be, and then like what are we gonna talk about?
Yep.
And then it's like
type that out too.
Yeah, and then it's like typing out an agenda, like whether or not we follow it, whatever. I don't care as much, but it's like it's good to have it. Yep. But then it's also like, not only that, then like shit, I'm still making reels for the first video, or like the week before, or like the week prior, or like now we have vlogs going out. So it's like it. I think that there's like a lot of things, and like we'll kind of touch up on it later too, but like there's like a lot of things that don't get disclosed about this type of like industry. And I think a lot of people, it's easy to see from the outside and think like, oh, that's so easy, like, you know, they have it so good. Like
I was gonna say, like like people think I'm on vacation every week. It's
no, it's not that.
It's old videos, yo.
Like
it's one vacation, but 4 different videos.
Like I'm job searching right now. Like you know how hard it is to like put out content when, you know, you're going through things financially. Yeah. And it's like you have all these ideas, you want to do all this stuff. Like I want to travel, or I want to do like a vlog where we're doing like, you know, like the summer party thing that we were talking about. Yeah. So it's like I want to do that, but then I'm also like, shit, like if we're gonna get a DJ, if we're gonna get food, like you know, all this stuff. I'm like, and then I'm like, fuck, like I'm in the middle of a job hunt right now. Yeah. There's a lot of the big thing is like there's a lot of behind the scenes thing, and it's like I think the biggest thing that a lot of creators like we can all kind of like agree on is like, you know, don't give them too much of a hard time. Yeah. Or like I guess I'll try to vouch for like a lot of different people. It's like, you know, understand the struggle that they're going through, whether it's minor, whether it's major, whatever it is. But it's like, it's okay to criticize people, but don't disrespect them. Yeah. And don't attack them in a sense that it's like you're really dragging them down. Or like just be a nice person is essentially like the biggest message.
Oh, 100%.
And like respect other people's work. Like it's not your favorite. Okay, that's fine. You can voice your opinion. Just voice it in a respectful manner. Yeah. And like it's fine. I think me and Mark, like we can both agree too. Like we like the criticism because it does help us, and like it gives us a different viewpoint from like outside of ourselves. Yep. And it helps get better content. Yeah. But then it's like when it gets aggressive or when it gets disrespectful, to where it's like, you know, your shit sucks. Like you're
if it's like that, then it's like
like your shit sucks. You know,
it is what
your mom should have swallowed you, shit like that. Like I've never heard that, but like I'm thinking of what people could say.
What is that, bro?
But like, yeah, I think the hardest part about this industry is like the things that don't get talked about. Yep. And like everybody thinks it's like a cookie cutter lifestyle. Like it's so easy, simple. Like you get sponsored, you get all this shit. No, like no. You honestly, we're still building. Like
still building.
Even though Mark's like getting himself established, and he's very established now. But he's still getting, like, there's always something that we're reaching towards. Yeah. Like it's still, there's a grind, and there's a certain point where we do get, like, we're either our biggest enemies or we have like this like blockage or whatever. No. Or we just need to take a break. And then it's like, it's hard because like that's what you're known for is your content. Yeah. And it's like, how do I take a break from like.
No, it's 100%. I think the motivation's hearing other people's stories too. Yeah, like what they had to go through or whatever. But you know, like you said, like not even just the content creating and just like the editing and everything. Yeah, it's like life.
Yeah,
like it's you still got
sometimes life hits you.
You still got a life. Like imagine, like, let's say you do work a 9 to 5, and it's not a job you want. You're mentally drained.
Oh, for sure.
Now you have to find or interlock. This is where you like really like go into like your strength, or like people that have strength. You're mentally drained. Now you have to do your hobby. Now you have to figure it out. Yeah. This is the grind. So now you have to be like, how can I go from here to here? How can I do that? Sometimes you have to put 50% into your work. You can't get fired though, but you might have to not use as much energy. And then find enough energy after work. And, you might need some energy drink. Hopefully not. Maybe eat healthier, Like, you're going to have to test things out so you could, continue that energy. And it could be the joy of making a podcast.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a point where you're going to be like, do I really want to continue this?
Oh, no, I honestly, there's a lot of days. Like I can't even lie about that. There's a lot of weeks.
Yeah. There's going to be days where like, I could just stop right now.
Yeah.
Like,
not even that. It's like, or when you're there is a point. So kind of going back to what you're saying, it's like, it's not about the followers. It's not about like the views. It's kind of hard though. So there's like some points where I'll be honest. There's days where it's like an episode wouldn't hit or like a reel wouldn't hit. I'm just like, fuck. It's like, do I want to keep doing this? And then like, you're in your room, you're brainstorming, but then you're also like, it's dark. You're down and out. Like, it's like,
no, 100%.
You're kind of like, do I want to keep doing this?
Yeah.
But then it's like, you gotta like, again, like you kind of gotta look into it yourself. And like, luckily for us, we have like that beginning thing what got us started.
Yeah.
And it's like, we always go back to that, or like it's, it's written down somewhere. It's like, this is why I do this, or like, this is why I did this and why I'm going to continue doing this. It's because of this legacy of this community, whatever that I built.
No, 100%. And it's going to get to the point too, like the likes and everything, it will get to a point. Like, I'm probably going to feel that too. It's like you're human, first of all, but like, let's say it keeps happening like that and you have a kid.
Yeah. Right.
You're going to have to like, something, you're going to have to do some sacrifice or something. I'm not saying give up, but it's going to be even harder.
There's going to be something. Yeah.
So now you're going to be like, what can I do differently? Because now I'm working the 9 to 5. Now I have, you have a child now. I'm assuming you have a wife.
Yeah.
Just like you're married now. And like your hobby, like that's going to be a tough spot to work on. Yeah. So the likes and stuff will.
It will. Like, I'm not saying it won't.
Yeah. Like, even though I said in the beginning, like, I'm not looking at that. I'm not. Like, right now, I'm not looking at it because, I am in a good spot where, my living situation is good, where I'm not living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Like, I could,
you got some freedom.
I got some freedom. Yeah. And, like, I'm blessed and thankful for that. And I really forgot what I was talking about again.
You're talking about the freedom that you have to make content, even though you're not working a 9 to 5. Just your current situation.
Oh, but like me not thinking about the followers and everything. Yeah. So I'm thankful now, and I'm not stressed. And I think that because where I'm at now, it's like I'm not in a relationship where I need to. Because when I'm in a relationship, I mentally go all in, no matter what. Yeah. And I've been in relationships where I am content creating. Yeah. And I had to choose or sacrifice. Like, and that was just a relationship. Mm-hmm. I wasn't married to them. I didn't have kids. I didn't have a home or a mortgage to worry about. So it was kind of like I couldn't even do both by then. Of course, I'm better at it now and time management. But there'd be times where I would go to the cafe, like the Hyatt at 1 a.m. I'll go at 1 a.m.
You can go at 1 a.m.?
Sometimes. Because I can. Like, it's just like I have energy if I don't work. Oh. Like, I'll just be like, let's go. Like, I could do it because I don't have, it's just me. If I fail, it's me. I have, I have responsibility, like, of myself, but it's like, and I'm also like aware of just like my safety and everything. But it's like, this is my best time now. No kids, single. I know enough of my job where I could half-ass it. Yeah. I hope y'all not watching this. They
don't know where you work. We never disclose it. Don't worry.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Family Fun Center.
But it's like this is literally the time, and I have room for error. I have room for failure. I have room to have a 10 viewed video. Yeah. So it's like I'm not stressing about it now. I'm doing it for the hobbies, the fun, and everything. And I'd even tell you the real reason why I'm saying yes to everything, which is like a deeper meaning to it. Like, this is all cool and everything, but I told two people this. I told my braider and my homie Jeffrey. I'll just name drop my homie Jeff.
You could. It's not like you're name dropping bad things.
Yeah, no, they're all good. I'll name drop more at the end. I told them, I'm like, you guys know like the real reason why I'm just saying this to everything and putting my voice in everything, and just like there's projects that I'm still working on that no one knows about. Yeah. Like, I want one day. This is like dark, but it's whatever.
You're good, bro.
So let's say something did happen to me down the road, like tragic, like whatever. I want there to be enough content out there of me where if I have a child or if I have a nephew or, you know, someone in the community or someone struggling, where they could watch me and maybe use my voice for comfort or inspiration. Or if it's my child, daughter, whoever, and they're going the same route I am, you could AI me to your video if you want to.
Yeah.
Or you could go the same restaurants I went and just mimic everything. So it's kind of like what they say, like you die twice, like the last day you live and the last time someone says your name. It's kind of like I want to continue to live on. And that's like the real meaning why I'm doing it. It's because I'm going to say yes to everything. Like I'm going to get uncomfortable. Like I'm here now just continuing with whatever and posting videos about whatever. But it's like that's the real meaning, because they said like what? The real way to beat Father Time is to pass down information. So I'm just like, this is where I'm
leaving
at.
a legacy.
Yeah.
Then that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
And like, no, I like that because it's the same type of message too. Like as much as I started this just to hang out with friends and like be close to everybody again, it's like, no, it's also like I was thinking of like as much as UTI and as much as Family Mart or any other like podcast I've listened to, as much as I listen to their information and it helps me, I want to be able to give that same message to somebody else who needs it.
Yep.
And I think like, well, not I think, I know that like by starting this, yeah, there's going to be some shit we talk about that's repetitive, or it's like other people have already said it, whatever. But it's like sometimes a kid or sometimes like an adult or like whoever, that one person, they just need to hear from somebody that's kind of living the same life.
Yep.
Or somebody that's in the same environment or same back or something.
Yep.
And it could be that one connection that they have that saves them.
Yep.
Or that puts them in the right direction or wakes them up, whatever it is. Like I want to be that person.
Yep.
And I want to create that legacy and I want to continue that legacy. And like, yeah, when I have kids one day or like, you know, whatever, I want them to be proud of that.
Yep.
And like know that, oh, dad did this, you know,
100%.
stuff like that. So it's like, no, like that's not even a dark way of thinking.
Yeah.
That's just like, that's like that's your core message of like why you're doing this.
Yeah.
And like, it's always important. And like, you know, like, yeah, for me too, like that's my core message of like why I want to continue doing this. And like, even those days where I'm just like in my room and I'm like, fuck, like I don't want to do this anymore.
You gotta wake yourself up.
It's just like, I think of like that voice or that whatever that is always creeps up in my head. And it's like, it never leaves. And I'm glad it never leaves because like, you know,
pushing you.
It might not be the same day, but it's like next morning, boom, like I'm out the door. I'm whatever. I'm up and doing something.
100%.
And it's like, no. So like when you said that was a dark thinking, no, like that's your core message and like why you started.
Yeah.
And like why you're doing it.
Yeah.
And that's like that's a very good message to follow. I like that.
Appreciate that.
No, yeah. So I think that's really cool that like you have that. Because not a lot of people have that. A lot of people like they're just doing content, just do content. Yeah. And like that's cool.
Like they're impatient. They're trying to get the money now or types. Yeah, that's cool. That's like their goal.
Yeah, and that's cool. And like I'm not gonna lie and like say I didn't think that. Like no, I thought it was gonna be that easy too. But then you get into the industry and then you start to realize things and you're just like, no, like the money will come later. Like even if it doesn't, whatever. But it's like, no, like I want there to be a bigger message. And I want there to be a reason I'm doing this.
Yep.
Rather than just being greedy and like getting money. Yep. I think that's like a lot of streamers will do that. I'm not calling out streamers, but like I'm just saying like
Treyvin calls out streamers.
That's the thumbnail.
Speed or Kai?
No, hell no. I'm not calling them out. No, they like they have a. I think like like Kai, like he has a good background too.
Yeah.
It's like he just wants to bring like enjoyment to people.
Yeah, it's dope seeing them. From what we've seen, like they did the cringy, they did the weird, and now they're giving back, which is dope. So that's like always the goal too. Like I want to do it so I could give back also. Like do events. Like down the road, I do want to have a big barbecue.
Oh, for sure.
We just
I definitely want to do a party,
food or anything for anyone that want to watch. Like it could be a public event, and it's like hell yeah, you want to come through? Here's some free food or like. You know, so down the road, definitely want to do something like that.
No, same thing. Like, I definitely I've been wanting to do that. Like, throw a party. Whether it's, like, in a club, at a barbecue, just something for the community.
Dude.
Yeah, just something for the community. And then, like, you know, I've been talking about it, like, merchandise.
And just be nice to everyone, too. Just like, what's good?
Yeah,
like,
coming through. No, it's not even that. It's not even, like, we're genuinely nice.
Yeah, that's
but then it's, like,
just give it, you know,
it's like,
time.
Yeah, just hospitality. Yeah. And, like, that's, you know, that's, like, what we're good at. So it's, like, it wouldn't come as, like, a different thing for us. It's just us being us.
Yeah.
But then no, like
that's
also
easy.
Yeah, and it's like, like for me, it's more so like giving back to the community. That's really what I want to do.
I think that's why,
or creating a community to give back to the community, and then also like
100%.
Like
I think
bringing that somewhere.
I think for me, because now that I'm putting myself in I'm I'm gonna say selfish. No matter how good, like you have to do it, but I'm gonna say selfish.
No, it's okay.
When you put yourself in the selfish, I put myself in a self position. I'm gonna say no to a lot of things, like kicking it or whatever, or doing the stuff I used to do, which took a lot of energy because I used people pleaser, want to show up to everything.
I get it.
But now, like, I'm doing this route for the first time, putting myself forward, and my goal is to let me do my thing, and down the road I'll meet y'all again, like type thing.
And that's a big thing that doesn't get talked about.
Yeah, like, and I think that's where you can see like your real friends or who's really riding, like there to ride for you or support you. It's like let me sacrifice this. I'm not gonna drink with y'all because I know when I drink I'll be up till 4 a.m. and then I don't have enough energy to edit the next day or whatever. Yeah, like say no to that. And it's not even just because of editing. You might just be growing. Like there's growth part of it too. So they have to be aware that you're growing.
Yeah.
But just sacrifice that and being more selfish and just putting yourself forward. You just different vibes. People might say you change or whatever, which is a good thing. Like change is good. Yeah.
I think that's a big thing that a lot of people have to accept. Yeah. It's like you are going to change. Your group's going to change. It's going to get smaller. Yeah. It's really going to get smaller. Yeah. And you don't realize how small it gets. You don't realize.
Yeah. But the only thing that is scary, it's like you are sacrificing this, but let's say something happens to one of them and you wish I guess you can't take fault for that. Like you were doing your own thing.
It's one of the hardest things to accept.
Yeah. Life is,
life is short. Life is very short.
So you just never know. Like that's another thing that creeps in my head. But I know like my motivation when I do say no to things is like I'm doing this for y'all. Like there's a good purpose in this. Like let me just continue doing this, and I got a lot of support. Like the support again is just uncanny, and like people are like, how's their video? What's the next one? Like this. Yeah. It's a dope feeling. Like I never want to like forget this feeling or.
No, the right people will support you, and like luckily you've already like surrounded yourself in that to kind of make it easier. Yeah. Because it's like the wrong people would be like, they'll say you change, but then they'll say more negative things after it. Yeah. And it's like I think, well, as long as you're around the right people, especially once you get older, I think people will start to understand that sometimes life gets busy and you're not going to see people the same way you did. And like that's okay, because it's like in the end we're all gonna get it together and like hang out another time. Yeah. There's always gonna be another time, right? And it's like why give them a hard time now when you can always like reschedule? Yeah, like places aren't going not necessarily, but places aren't going anywhere. People aren't going anywhere. Yeah, like you're getting older, but you're never really going to waste time if you really care about that person. You're going to find a way to like get back to hanging out. Yeah. Even I think that happens more often when people have kids or get married, right? It's like they're going to be with their partner, they're going to be with their kid, whatever. Yeah. But like you're not going to give them a hard time because they have their life going. Mm-hmm. So then like what is it different if somebody's like going for their goals or like, chasing their goals and like trying to do what they want to do and live a better life?
You're just more mature at that point. Yeah. Which is a good thing. But no, that's 100% true.
Yeah. And that's okay. Like, honestly, again, that's okay that like people get busy and stuff like that. But
it's life.
Especially in this life. Especially in this industry. Yeah. I think it's like, we're constantly just chasing the next thing and like trying to get better at something. And it's like, it's easy for us to get sidetracked.
Oh, 100%. I think.
Like I said, I don't sleep sometimes and that's just because I'm editing. Like, and then I look at the time, I'm like, oh shit, it's 4 a.m. I'm like, fuck. Yep. Like,
sleep is important, by the way.
Sleep is important, though, I will say.
Like, I used to be like, team no sleep. No,
get your sleep. I'm still working on my time management, but yes.
Get your sleep, y'all. Yes. I think one thing, this is random, but J. Cole said this. It's like, no matter how far you go, there's going to be people that want more. Like, no matter what. Like, no matter how much money you want, you're going to want more. No matter what. It depends who you are, but like, he was just kind of saying, like, if you get a girl, you're going to think the grass is greener or whatever. Like, there's always going to be that. So as long as you're aware of that and, kind of open up about yourself and everything and talk it through, I think you're going to be in a good head.
A very strong mindset is the key to a very successful, I think, life in general. Oh, 100%. Yeah. If your mindset, if you're not in the right place, like mindset-wise, then it's easy for you to get distracted. It's easy for you to fall into the wrong thing. It's easier for you to, like, fall into temptation, like different things, and that's why people cheat, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I think that goes like not even just content creating. I think that's just like in general, life in general is like, you know, have the good head on your shoulders, and like it'll take you far.
I think I think for that, I think that's what I'm most proud of this year is just the self-awareness. And that didn't just happen in one day. That took a long time. I've been there. Yeah. Therapy, you know, getting insight from other people, criticism, and it's just like I'm not a jealous person.
No.
Like by any means. But if I do get that like 0.1%, I pray. Like I'm like, yo, don't like help me. I don't know why I thought of this way. Like whatever's negative thought, I'm aware that this is happening. I'm aware that this isn't a healthy mindset. And then I pray and then, you know, just work on it. I write it down, work on it. I tell the people if it gets to that point.
If it gets to that point, yeah.
Yeah, then I'll tell people. But, you know, I keep it to myself. And, you know, if there's a negative thought or someone says something, you know, it might for 10 minutes get me. But then, like, no, what am I tripping about?
Yeah, like,
you know? There's worse
you kind of like,
yeah.
It's good. Like, you ground yourself.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of like, wait, what was the problem?
Yeah.
Like
it's okay to complain.
Yeah.
It's 100%. Like I used to try to be.
It's in human nature to complain.
Like it's okay to just let out your emotion respectfully.
Especially for guys. Like, you know, a lot of us, it's easy for us to bottle it in and be like.
Because like the guy.
Yeah, the guy mindset.
You're a guy. You're supposed to take this in. You're supposed
guys,
to be tough. But no,
guys
it's okay to cry.
Yeah.
You know? It's okay to cry.
Yeah, I had a good one like last week.
Longer and everything. Yeah. I cried at Mufasa, bro. Like that shit got me. I still cry to that. Elemental. That movie? You seen that?
Oh, the one.
The fire and the water, the elements.
No, I haven't seen that one. I thought you were going to talk about Soul.
Bro. I cried.
Soul is a pretty sad one, too.
I haven't seen that one. But I cry to movies, bro. I cry to Pixar movies. I almost say Pixar. Pixar.
Nah, they know how to hit.
Bro,
you seen Inside Out, too?
Play the sad music at the right time.
You seen Inside Out, too?
I need to.
Dude, you got to watch that.
I heard it's good, too. Yeah.
That one, I like so related to. I was like, that's crazy.
I need to, bro. I know everyone that I like that movie, hang out with that watch it, they said they cried.
Dude, I don't know how Pixar does it. They grow up with us, and it's like crazy. Dude, they'll start a movie when we're younger, and then they'll follow up on it, or even now. Like
they kind of speak to what you're going through right now,
which is so crazy because they know what the hell we're going through.
I still go up like to watch movies like that.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, just being self-aware. Like I am okay to cry and be sensitive. Like I am okay for asking for help. I could say I'm wrong. I could say I'm sorry. I could say no. I could take criticism. I could take, you know, compliments. I could give you compliments. I could tell you something.
I can't take compliments. I hate compliments.
I do get shy.
I hate compliments.
But like I know when my mind's going a wrong way or negative or something, I'm aware. And it's not going to be perfect every time, but there's still some flaws in me. There's still some, you know, like sin and everything, like whatever, like everyone's sin. Is just like you're aware, you can work on it, you could talk about it, you know your resources, you know you have a good foundation, friends, family. Like if you surround yourself too with being self-aware with good people, that's gonna bring it up even more.
No, that made a big difference. Yeah, I mean, like you were there the year that I was kind of going through that stuff, but then it's like, you know, as much as I like kind of distanced myself from everybody, that whole year it was weird. I went through like a whole phase of like just kind of doing my own thing, kind of focusing on my goals, refocusing my mind. And then it was like, whoa, like I didn't know like I could get to that point. Yeah. It was like, it like kind of creeps up on you. But then like things start to get clearer. Yeah. And like as you get older, like it kind of, you know, your mind kind of shifts again and then like things get blurry. Like I'm kind of in that point right now. Things are kind of blurry. But then it's like, you know, I know that things are blurry. I know that things are changing. And it's just on me to like ground myself again and like, you know, kind of just get yourself kind of focus back on what you're going towards. Yep. And it's just like, once you first start to become aware of like your surroundings, like your mind, like everything that's going on, then things start to get easier because then you can do it again. Yep. And it's like once you already have that, cool, you have that power to do it again and like just keep doing it. And then like maybe you could help other people, but then again it's like it's on the other person to like kind of learn that on their own in some way, which is fine.
No, 100%. And meditation.
Oh, yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
Try
meditation can be as simple as like, you know, it can be a lot of different things.
You could do candle meditation where you just stare at the candle fire. You could just have, what are those lights that you could put in your room that covers a whole room with one color? I don't know what that shit's called. Projector?
LED lights?
You could do that. Yeah, I know, so simple.
I was like, wait, what?
I'm like going a whole different route. You could put that on, and just look up, and it's just like vibe. You could be in the dark. You could. Like,
You can be in the quiet. There can be anything.
Multiple ways.
I think that's yeah. Especially if you're going into creating, like the creating content, whatever industry, have your means of meditation and stress relief and things that help you. Like that'll be your biggest help. Because if you don't have that, you're gonna be in a world full of hurt.
You're gonna burn out.
Yeah, you're simply that you're gonna burn out really easily.
Don't forget to treat yourself, by the way.
That too. Celebrate. No, yeah. Celebrate your wins, small or big. Yep. Like everything has. You accomplish this. Be proud of it. I think that's a big thing. Like I need to learn, or not learn, but like continue learning. Mm-hmm. Is like, I'm just so hungry to like keep going and keep doing the next thing. It's like, no, this isn't good enough. Like I gotta, but it's so easy to get distracted by that.
No, you can enjoy the moment. What did I enjoy on? There was something I did. Oh, my first deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my first one. I was just like, let me get a little champagne for myself, and I watched the Bob Marley movie, and I'm like. I sat downstairs and I made I'm gonna say this wrong. Mimosa?
No, that's right.
Is it right? Mimosa with the juice and the champagne? Yeah, so I made, because that shit's fire.
Yeah, you put like the one drop of orange juice and then the rest.
Dog, I already got criticized for that because I did. So I already messed up on that, but the second time I did it, it was good.
There you go.
But then I put the Bob Marley movie on. I'm like, you know what? This is nice. Let me treat myself, to win. I'll go out with the guys too. Like, it was the first deal, and I don't want. You should always celebrate that. Or even...
Always.
What happened yesterday? Oh, I did something. It's another project that I did yesterday. And that put me hella uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. But I did it. And then after that, I'm like, I'm going to go get drinks. Like, I deserve it. And, like, it's little wins, like you said. Like, enjoy while you're there. Because you never know, like, when it's going to, like, disappear. You're going to make it one day. And you're just going to be like, dang, I should have celebrated this. Because the journey's the fun part.
Yeah. I know. That's, like, a big thing that, like... Things are starting to clear up now and like kind of more accepting of it, but yeah, like celebrating or enjoying the moment, being in that journey of like going through it, the ups and the downs, sometimes more downs than ups, but that's fine, and just kind of like understanding that this will take you somewhere. There's gonna be a very big end goal, and there's gonna be something like the reward at the end is gonna be way better than where you're going through at the moment. So exactly, I think that's like a big, very big thing that kind of like. Gets me through it for the most part. That and like your support system.
Yeah, support system, your friends. They're always there.
Yeah.
To keep you pushing or whatever. So
yeah, it's
dope.
I like how we didn't talk about it, but like
what was the topic?
We didn't talk about anything. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. We're on topic. We're kind of just venting.
Oh, hey, we had a 20-minute pod before the pod.
No, I mean
it's like we gotta save this, bro.
We've been on topic. It's the life of a creator. This is the life of a creator.
Yeah, facts.
No, what was I gonna say? I mean, we talked about the good and the bad, but it's like, I guess long term.
Oh yeah.
Well, we kind of talked about that too, but like, what?
Say long term.
What is like? Do you have like a long term, or like something that is easy for you to distinguish? Like, oh, my long term is like I want to do this, do that.
I would say. What I'm doing now, I would want as a full-time job. Like, that's the next step. Like, if I could get rid of that 9 to 5 and do this full-time, I feel like, my mindset and mentality will be better as long as I still have that hunger like I did when I had the 9 to 5. Yeah. But if I could do something remote or just content create, because this is fun.
This is fun. This is
like,
fun.
This is
it has its like moments, but it's fun.
Yeah, and just like making a plan. Like, I have a notebook now where you make a plan, and it's like, tomorrow I'm here. Tomorrow, my little brother and me are going to this food place, and then we're gonna see our homeboy.
Man, I need to talk to you about time management.
Huh?
I need to talk to you about time management. I need that.
Of what? Sorry.
I needed it. Oh, I can hear myself. I can't hear you.
Oh. Okay.
You can't hear me. I can hear you. I'm like, wait, what? I'm the one with the headphones.
Talk to me about what?
No, I need to like figure out time management like that. That's good.
Oh yeah,
that.
I'm terrible with time. I don't even have a calendar. I had to.
I use my phone.
That's good. I can't do that.
Really?
I just like I can never go to my calendar or get an alert. It's just like I need to write it down. So on top of my car, I have a notepad and I just write July this. I have like today was like Trey's pod birthday later if I can make it.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, okay, what's tomorrow? Okay, I'm doing this place. Let's try to do 3 places, but I'm gonna try this one first. I'm gonna put parentheses. The 2 people are with me. and then we'll go from there. So planning has definitely helped, because there's been times where people ask like, what are you doing this day? And then I'm just like, I don't know. And then it takes me a week to realize that, I had some plan. Yeah. But the long-term thing is kind of like, this is what I would want to do. Content create maybe for a business. Like if there's a job opportunity,
for sure.
Remote job, work under someone, or if this is, because this is my own business. Like I stumbled across my own business by accident. Right? Like this is all an accident. Like I tell you, when this is a blur,
it's so weird.
Thought this was this 4 months been a blur. Like,
and it's crazy because we started the same time. Like it's
and people are asking like, do you have a business account? I'm like, for what? Oh yeah, no, I need one because I got to check that for my business. Or it's like, you need to have business cards. I'm like, I need to have business cards. I'm like, this is a whole ass business. I didn't even know about it. And it's just like,
I feel like yours is a little bit more professional minded, but yeah.
Actually, I don't know. How does yours go? Oh, no. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough because you're going to have to get sponsorship.
Yeah. It's a little bit different. No, but no, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. It's like you have to now start thinking, I forgot who I was. Oh, I was telling my girlfriend this.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of the decisions I make, I got to think business standpoint now. And it's weird.
Yeah.
Because it's not just like.
You got to look how you dress too. Yeah. Low key. Like if you pull up to, for me, if I pull up to.
If it's an event.
Yeah. I got to like present myself. Like I'm representing myself or whatever.
Yeah.
It depends.
I thought you meant if it's an episode. I'm like.
Wearing PJs.
Shit. Like you wouldn't even know sometimes, honestly. Like.
Well, even, I guess it depends.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes if you dress the way you want to dress, that's you. Like there's no, like that's you. Like for me, it's like, I want to, because I might want to work under someone. I might want to dress a certain way.
There's a difference. I get it. No, I get it. And then it like that goes in terms of like your content too.
Yeah.
Even though my shit's like uncensored and stuff, but like I understand my shit's uncensored, but like, you know, that comes with the territory and like, you know, the whole message is being real on the show. So it's like,
yep. Now you got to watch yourself a little bit.
Somewhat. Somewhat.
Just in case.
Just in case. There's a little bit. Yeah.
But the long term, to continue that, I guess that was basically it. Just kind of continue doing stuff that I like to do. Like the foodie and travel stuff is always going to be there. There's going to be new places. There's always going to be new restaurants or whatever.
Yeah.
Lifestyle, basketball. Like, you know, I want to keep doing that. Like the thing I'm working behind the scenes, I felt like is my last element I need to do. And then I'm happy. Like if this thing just works out, no matter how much or whatever, like I've no regrets in my life. Like this is dope as hell.
Because you can say you did it,
huh?
You can say you did it versus you're just like.
Of course, like the first one's always the first one. Like you can tell it's the first one. So I'm just like, let me keep this under wraps. Let me keep this under wraps. Work on it, get better.
Yeah.
But it's like no one knows about it. Like y'all don't even know. And I'm just
I think that's a cool
thing. Fail by myself. Y'all don't even know. I could just not show up to a party and I'm working on it. Y'all don't even know. So it's like I don't have to present it to y'all if it's not good enough. But I did it.
Yeah.
That's why like I'm proud of it. But long term, work remote, travel, eat, like everywhere. Like maybe do that, like expanding it. You know, maybe have my own business, have my little brother, you know, doing some stuff too. Have like homies do it too, where they're just bouncing around. Maybe go to events, like you said, like host parties or whatever, or, you know, do a community service or just kind of, you know, give back overall. So live freely where I could give back. Like I just feel like now, like I'm so restricted into life where I just want to get to that point where like, hey, I can do that because I have time, because I control my own schedule.
No.
Like y'all need help? Cool, let's go. Y'all need food? Cool, I got someone that could cook. I got someone that could whatever. Y'all need, you know, publicity because y'all created something dope. I got someone that does a podcast that, you know, he might need someone. He might need a special guest to get you going. So it's kind of like just help people overall and just do this long term and just go wherever. So I think that's my long term.
No, I can relate to you on that one too. It's like, you know, getting rid of the regular 9-to-5 job and like being your own boss. I mean, that's cool. And it can be stressful, but it's like it'd be cool to say that like, I started this and this is like what I do. And like, you know, I'm already proud of it now of how far it's gotten, but it's like to kind of just think about where it could go and like how it could go. Yeah. Like whether it's good or bad, like it's fine, whatever. I still created this and it's like, you know, I did this. And it's like, it's so nice to like have something that you can say you did. Yep. And it's like as shitty as the content may be or as good as it may be or like whatever you put out there. Yeah. It's like I can look back and it's like, you know, it could have been better, but hey, I still did it.
You still did it.
And I think that's a really big, like for me too, like long term is like, yeah, just like
keeps you grounded.
Yeah. Long term is like, you know, continuing the show, keep doing the podcast, but then also like venturing out to different segments, whether that's like, you know, we're already doing vlogs, and then there's like, you know, we have ideas for like dating shows or like just fun stuff, and like
I can imagine Mark on there.
Yeah.
I'll be funny as
working on it. But like, yeah, dating shows or like, you know, kind of like, what is it? Cut like, is it Cut? Is it Cut that's straight out of Seattle? Cut is like kind of like that thing that Seattle has. But like, no, I wanted to start with the podcast because like, I was telling you this earlier. Yeah. Like Seattle doesn't really have that type of, that thing, that podcast, that thing that like.
Oh, they don't?
I don't think so. Not that I know, unless I'm out of the game. But like, you know, like California has UTI. They have 9for9. There's the one with Timothy De La Ghetto. There's the one with, there's so many different people. And then there's Las Vegas has Family Mart Pod.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure you can find one in New York that has something. But like,
you haven't found one in Seattle?
Not that, I mean, like we have a lot of podcasts that go around here. We have.
But nothing that like,
that resembles kind of like same thing where it's free flowing and it's like, kind of just gives the people to relate to, whether it's like not super specific on things. Like I know we have a restaurant podcast. They followed me, and then there's like,
that's dope.
There's one that Michaela, I think it was her sister or somebody did that. They vouched for Melanated Minis.
I don't know.
And they hopped on. Oh, she posted on her story. I forgot what the podcast name is, but like they promote like small local owned business.
That's dope.
And like that was kind of cool too. But like,
that's dope.
No, like it's like this is another thing of like building community, but then giving back and like putting us on the map.
Yeah.
Because like Seattle has so many like, yeah, we're a small state compared to like California or like New York or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, or we might not have as big names, but it's like, no, like I want to put us on that map.
Yeah.
And like show that like Seattle has a lot to offer.
100%.
And like we have all this stuff and like just making a name, making a legacy that way, and like creating that community that we can all back.
Yeah.
And like be proud of that we're from Seattle, because you know a lot of things that you hear is like
violence.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of people they're not super proud to be from Seattle, and I get that. Like considering how the city's been going and like different things have been unfolding in the state, like I understand.
Just the name for us.
But it's like like putting a name out there, and it's like having something that we can back, and like. It's just like an episode later on down the road is going to be like, what makes Seattle Seattle? And we're just going to talk about like Seattle things. And that's like whether or not you're from South End, you're from down south Puyallup, you're from up north in Linwood. Yeah. Whatever it is, like that's another episode like I'm going to be coming out with soon. But like just that, like kind of, like building that community of like people wanting to be proud that they're from Seattle is like one of the messages I want to have with this. And then, you know, again, long term, just like, continuing on with that content, and then also getting to a point where it's like being able to give back to the community. So like doing events, but like that event might be like working at a homeless shelter, or like doing like a food drive or something. Yeah. Or like, you know, when merchandise comes out, like I'm planning on giving back to the Philippine community with that one, and like having the distributor be from like the Philippines and give people jobs and like stuff like that. See? Like there's a lot of like, there's a lot of things I've written down, like a lot of planning that's going to go into this, and like a lot of logistics. But it's like, I think the more I think about long term and like where this could go and like where it's going to go, I think that gets me even more excited too. 100%. To like continue with that content. And I'm sure you can like relate to that. Yeah. And it's like, you know, you're already planning your behind the scenes stuff. So it's like, yeah. I know you have a lot of things planned.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I can already see it.
We're just saying to everything, but it's dope because you meet dope people too. Like I met. Yeah. This is a funny story. I'm not gonna say his name, but it's funny. I was to get my pictures taken, and the guy was taking my picture, and there was someone else there too. And then while I'm getting my pictures, I told the other dude, I'm like, hey, do you think you could record some behind the scenes of the shoot? Yeah. He said, yeah, cool. And then he said he makes music. I'm like, oh, dope. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, I'll follow you after the shoot, bro. And then my phone's dead, though. And then he's like, oh, yeah, no, bro, don't worry about it. And he did a video. I'm like, cool. And then after, like, I followed him. This dude's big here. Yeah. This dude, I'm like.
There's a lot of Seattle creators that you don't even think of.
And I met him. Like, he was dope as hell. And, like, you know, and it's like I'm meeting all these people. And I'm like, damn, I would have never met dude. I would have never met this other dude if I'd never taken this route, or if I did this decision of pursuing something else. So it's just dope. It's dope.
No, I think that's a cool thing too, is like the good about like content creation. Yeah, there's a lot of bad, not necessarily bad. There's a lot of difficulty, but like the good thing is like you get to experience new things that a lot of people might not get to experience.
Yeah.
Like we get to go to events, we get to get invited to events.
Yeah.
You know, we get to meet very famous people. And like, or we can meet people that are like on the rise, and that's just as like that's just as fun. That's just as cool.
You can pick their brains.
Yeah,
just like where they're at.
Yeah, and it's like you really get to learn from like other people and like see how other people truly think about like being in this industry and like what makes them different or what sets them apart from other people. And it's like that's such a cool thing to think of, because it's like a lot of the events, or like, you know, like you've been getting invited to events too, and I hear about it.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's so cool to think that we're like doing this.
Yeah.
When like years ago we were like
not doing it.
We weren't even doing it. We were working it. Yeah. Like I'm thinking of like, you know, the Seahawk events and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like who knows? Next thing you know, like we're on the other side of it. Like we're either hosting it or we're like, you know, we're one of the guests. Yeah. Like who knows where that could be.
And we're gonna like not forget it too.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna be like, we're.
No, it's a constant thing that I talk about. Like, and I don't think I ever try to forget like where we started. Yeah. Or like what, you know, where we could have been or what could have been if we didn't start. Yeah. And it's like, it's cool to think on, because like as sad as it might be to think on it, it's still cool to be like, man, no, like I went this far. Yeah. Like, and it's like, and we're still going.
Yeah. 100%. So.
But no, like kind of going back to that, like, is there any Seattle creators like you can think of or like want to shout out? Because you were kind of talking about it. Might as well put them on the map. Or like people on the rise.
People on the rise. I know.
Besides yourself.
I would have to look on my phone, to be honest. But there's a lot of foodies that have been very supportive. I can't name them all, though, because I don't want to leave anyone out.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I get it. I get it.
The foodie community has been very supportive.
It is very big. It's a very big
And I'll
community.
DM them for like, how'd you do this? And they're like, yeah, this is how we did it.
It's like, crazy how that works,
going,
right?
Dude, it's dope. And I did a collab video with one of them, and like I'm still like working on it, but it's like, dang, you guys are really like this. Like this is dope. Like this is my type of like environment that I want to be around. And you know, there's some more creators that will be. They're just DMing me too, and they're like, bro, we love the video. Like, keep it going. I'm like, I've seen your videos 2 years ago, and it's dope that like I'm in your space now, you know. But creators, there's a lot. Like I'm working with Elijah, the creator. He's my personal trainer.
Oh yeah.
So I've worked with Kurt. He's a personal trainer, and he's starting to be more creative now. He's starting to become, you know, more out there, which is dope to see. Because he has a great personality. Yeah. Like, it's dope as hell. And I'm working with Elijah, so I want to do a video with him and Elijah. And, you know, Elijah caught me, and he's just like, I see you putting that work. Mm. And then we just started talking. He's like, bro, let's just make some videos together. And he's all in. He's all, like, he told me, he's like, I'm looking for someone who's consistent. And he saw me posting every 3 times a week. And I'm just like, dope, this is the perfect person. And he's down for it. Like, I'm collabing with him in a week. Like, we have like I got a collab, and I'm like, can I bring my, you know, business? He's my business partner now. He's like, hell yeah. I'm just like, dude, we got one already. So like those two are on the rise, personal trainers. Yeah. They started at Blend Fitness in
I saw that.
Woodinville. Yeah. So they worked at Blend Fitness. That's where I kind of met Elijah, and Kurt was there too. And I met Brandon and everyone else there. And, you know, it's just crazy because I thought of this the other day, and this is kind of going off topic.
No, you're good.
But you're good. Time. It's like everything was meant to happen. Like every little thing. Like I'm not where I want to be. Yeah. And I don't think I'm big at all. Like I still think I'm like, you know, where I'm at.
Understandable. No, you're humble.
Yeah.
Like you get that you're not at the top.
I don't look.
And it's like going to be very hard to get to the top. Yeah. Which is 100%. Fine.
Yeah. And it's not stressing me out. But it's like everything happened for a reason. Every negative, like if I could just think about everything from day one, where it was kind of just like me, like I was alone for some part of my life or whatever, but I developed that I can be alone, or I had to learn. I learned from copying other people. Like growing up, someone was hooping. I'm like, I want to hoop with them. So I learned from watching them and then evolving, going on YouTube, seeing how I could beat them. And I was just like, that was like kind of my hunger. I'm like, okay, I want to play with them, so I need to get better.
Yeah.
So I started from there. So that's where my independent research started. That's where my competitiveness started. And from there, it evolved to finding what I was good at. So I never thought, I don't think I'm talented at anything. I think it's just all hard work. I think it's just you worked hard enough. Now it's like a skill.
It is.
So
you develop it.
Yeah. And I'm not born with God-given talent or whatever. I am blessed, and, I'm blessed. Life is a gift.
Yeah. But
it's like, what am I good at? I try to play the tough guy role. That shit didn't work. I would try to fight the homies. Yeah. I'm goofy as hell.
It's all right, man. But we go through phases in life. I develop,
I'm a nice guy. I'm customer service nice guy. I'm good at customer service.
Same.
I might not hear a damn word you said, but I can help you out. I can say that's crazy, but with a smile on my face 20 times. Yeah. And your ass still talking with a smile.
Or you can be really good therapist too. One or the other, man.
Oh no. Yeah, we never know. But then I'm like, oh, I'm good at this. Okay. Let me keep this skill, but let me work on other things. So then, like another aspect is like not having a dad. It's like, I don't know. It's normal to me not having one. So it's like when people ask, like, does it feel any different? Like, no. Like, I grew up like this. Like, the hell. Maybe Father's Day, like, I had to make a gift and I didn't know who to make the gift to or whatever. That's like my only thing. But there's unknown. Like, I don't know how to, build stuff or whatever growing up. Or I didn't know how to be a quote unquote man or whatever, like in the public eye. But everyone's a man. Like,
but you do your own research and you learned.
Exactly.
And then you got over that
hump.
Yeah.
So then from there, it was just like learning all that. And I just took criticism let's say relationship wise, I learned from the first relationship, I know what to not look for in the second one. Okay, the second one was kind of like that. But now for the third one, like, let's not get like the third one might not even be like that. But like you're learning. And as long as you're learning.
Constantly learn, yes.
And so from there, like, being aware and being a student and, being scared to ask questions and being scared to stand up and saying, my name is Mark and I like basketball, like in class, and how much I came from that, like shaking. Like I used to sing in the car so my voice wouldn't crack to say my name in school. So
that's a thing.
I used to do that. I don't know if anyone else did that, but I used to be so nervous and anxious. I used to sing so my voice was ready, so my voice wouldn't crack.
Yeah.
When the teacher calls my name, it's like, Mark, are you here? And I would just be like,
you're a smart kid, dude.
Try. I'm just like, I'm here, present. And I look down.
You were a smart kid. Shit, I would have never.
It was just like I had to figure out the way. So I was just like,
yeah.
And then from then, I always like realize, like when I go on vacation, a lot of people takes pictures. I like making videos because it feels like I'm there. Like if I can hold the sand, I'm holding the sand.
I like that.
So it's like I'm here. I can remember what's around me. There's a leaf over there, and so like the picture, I know there's live pictures now, but at the time,
no, yeah.
And it's just like, it all just combined into one. So it's like my customer service is what I'm doing now to talk to these people in the restaurants. Like I'm good at that. I'm comfortable with that. Of course, the beginning stages, you're anxious as hell.
Yeah.
You're like,
you're going to be anxious.
But you need that wall. Your skill where you're like, I need this wall to come down and we're going to joke around.
Yeah.
It's not going to be perfect 100%, but it's like that. And then meeting people, I moved 7 different schools, or not 7 different homes in 7 years. I've been to different schools and everything. And I thought that was like a bad thing, but I realized like, I made a post of this. It's like, I saw different personalities. I adapted to all of them. And I got different humors.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's all combined into one where I'm taking the skill without even noticing or realizing.
Yeah.
And that gave me like the confidence of just like, I could talk to y'all. And then, from there, from going to different schools, I connect with one person in this school. Hey, Mark, how you doing? You doing this? Come over here. Let's do this. And like you said, just be a nice person. Like the first school I went to, the last impression of me was being nice.
Yeah.
They see me doing good. Hell yeah, I'm going to subscribe. How you doing, by the way?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Next one. Hell yeah, dude. What the fuck? Hey, bro, if you need something, let me know. Like, all this niceness and everything just kind of course, you don't have to be nice all the time.
There is boundaries.
There's boundaries.
As much as you have your morals, you also got to understand your boundaries.
And it's like the butterfly effect. Like I worked at Safeway. Now it tastes my customer service there.
Yeah.
Thrown into the dungeon. They throw me in every 30 seconds, a new customer. It's like, oh, okay, I'm getting tired. Okay, I'm talking to y'all and I'm mentally tired. That's pushing me to like, if I am tired or have a busy schedule, now I know how to work through it. Possibly. Everything's different. From that, being small, I didn't hit my growth spurt till after high school. I always tried to do better. I wanted to dunk. I would go to the track at 11 p.m., do the hurdles.
Yeah.
And I would do that. And then I dunked twice. So I reached my goal. I'm trying to get back to it. But that work ethic, I was trying to make the NBA too, but I'm too short. Well, not too short, but it didn't work out. That's an excuse. The work ethic of doing that at 11.
I'm welcome.
The work ethic of doing that at 11 is now transitioning to this at 11. Like I've done it. I've done something like this.
Yeah.
Meeting these people too. I met you. Now you push me to him. Now he saw me. Now you're pushing me to them. And now this person has a restaurant and they're including me. Oh, you have a barbecue? It's not for me. It's for y'all. Come through. And it's just like a beautiful thing from a person that did not want to say his name or ducked to now I'm like recording myself, saying hello to people, podcasts. And I'm just like.
And you're a natural.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. So
it is.
Just thinking that journey, like I want to write it down because there's parts I'm missing. But thinking that journey of I could do this alone. The solo trip helped too. I took last year.
Yeah, I admire you for that. I had a lot of admiration for doing that. I did one.
Yeah, Canada.
But it was good enough. Honestly, that was good enough.
Yeah, and it was like the Hawaii trip was planned because I was thinking like if something bad happens, I'm gonna take a trip. I'm gonna take a solo trip to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And day 2, you know that meme where that guy's in the corner with the drink in his hand while everyone's partying?
Yeah.
That was me, like day 2 at the bar.
It's fine.
It is. And it was dope because I was anxious as hell because I'm like, I'm in the place.
The Bellevue Library will be closing in 20 minutes. The computers and
Anyways, keep going.
6. Okay.
Whatever. Keep going.
So I was saying,
as he gets interrupted by the intercom. You can keep talking. I'll still hear you.
Okay. So all I needed was one person to approach me. And I know if I get one person,
that's it.
I could bounce off.
That's it.
I could just be
that's
like, bop, bop, bop. So that one person approached me. He said, where are you from? I said, Seattle. Tip, if you guys are doing a solo trip, don't tell me you're there by yourself, by the way, for safety reasons. But
yes.
But I was like, yeah, I'm doing a solo trip. I knew
I've
it too.
done it, though. I did it in Canada.
Yeah.
At the bar.
Yep, I did too. And this dude's like, yeah, bro, this is my homie too. And like, come to this bar or whatever. And I was testing my skills, like approaching everyone. Like,
it's tough, dude.
It's tough, but you're by yourself. So if you fail, they don't know you. You might not see him again.
Yeah.
So I approached this one person. And I was just like, hey, how you doing? Like, I was like, just trying to be like uncomfortable or whatever, just talk to them. And then by day 4, when I talked to them, like a whole group of people was like, what's good, Mark? What's good? What's good? Like, they're like, you know them? I'm just like, I met them 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Bro. Like, and then from there, it just felt like I could do anything. I did a trip by myself. Like, the fuck? Cali, the same trip, Hawaii to Cali, I've followed my homie Taryn. And Taryn Adams, I don't know his page.
You're good.
Y'all know Taryn Adams.
I
watched him, how he did his thing. So I went there just to go to Chance the Rapper concert. And he let me stay at his crib. And the way this dude, every restaurant we went to, he promoted himself. He's like, I speak to the manager. Like, and then he'll do a spiel. He'll do everything. I'm sitting there enjoying the food. But everywhere he went, he just, this, and that. And his advice was just like, it's right in front of you. Like, wherever you're trying to go, it might be in front of you. You're just too nervous or scared to do it. Like, you know, like it could be.
That's
like,
good.
Yeah, it's like you're holding yourself back, but it could literally be the person right in front of you that you're away.
Yeah.
So he's doing that everywhere.
Shit, that's good.
He did this thing too. This is hella funny. So obviously single at the time. He dropped me off and he tested me because I was telling him how good I was doing solo, like on the solo trip. Like I'm like, bro, I'm like talking to everyone, this and that. He dropped me off because he was busy, so he's like, I'll drop you off in California and you can do whatever. He's like, he called me up and he's like, I bet you won't get this girl's number. And I took that like, I didn't take it as a bad way, but I'm like, man, I just did so. Like he was testing me. He's like, bro, be uncomfortable. I'm like, man, I just did this whole Hawaii trip talking about being uncomfortable. Like I already did that. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
And then he's like, bro, be uncomfortable, this and that. I'm like, so I was like, whatever. And then I'm like, I couldn't find the girl, but I went to 2 other girls and I like just started talking with them. And I like, it wasn't no competition, but I wanted to test my skills and I thought they were dope. And I got their numbers and I'm just like, wow.
You also network in a way. So.
And you're networking too. It's not like I got their number to do something. It was just like, they were dope as hell. Yeah, thank you.
I know you're not the type of guy.
And it's like, they're dope as hell. If I come down to Cali, like y'all know any good spots, like this and that. But it was like, he helped me develop. I also met, this is me name dropping. I met Chrysalin. Chrysalin's a influencer in LA. She's like done it. She's dope as hell. Kind heart, good soul. Yeah. Develop. She's a content creator.
She got it.
My direction was everywhere. And like watching her and how helpful she was, she just like helped me carve this pathway of just like, this is where I'm going to go. Yeah. There might be other things on the way, but she's been so like selfless with just helping me and just like the email stuff because I hate typing. like
it's cool, man.
That, bro. So
you know your strength, you know your weaknesses.
Exactly.
It's cool, man.
But we got 19 minutes, so whatever next topic you got, I don't know what the next.
No, I was letting you go.
Oh, go off.
I was letting you go.
Yeah.
I mean, all we're talking about is just like you were just shouting out different creators that kind of inspired us.
Yeah.
I mean. We were trying to keep it Seattle, but it's fine. we spread the love. Yeah. No, I was just gonna bring it back to Seattle. So like some of the creators like I know personally is like one of my homies, Maven. That's so Maven. That's such a dope ass name, bro. You don't understand. When he came out with that, I was like, oh shit, that's dope. But no, the content that he's pushing is like body positivity and like being comfortable with yourself, and I really like his message. And like he's a genuine person too. Yeah. So like a lot of the I think a lot of the big misconception is like a lot of creators are like, they're like those type of people that like, oh, they're too cool for you, stuff like that. But no, like actually talk to these people. Yeah. And like I mean, there's gonna be some people that are like that, yes. But then you're gonna it's more so likely that you're gonna run into the people that are genuine and like actually care and like will help you. You just gotta ask and you just gotta talk to them. Yeah. So like Maven's like one of those people.
That's dope.
And like, like I just like watching him and like him growing and like doing his stuff. Like that's been a big inspiration. And like another, like one of my homegirls, Gabby, like she does cinematography type like reels. Yeah. And that shit's hella cool because that inspired me to get a better camera. Yeah. So it's like I got the better camera and now I'm trying to like, practice and like do different things and kind of like mimic that or like, just kind of like get on that same wavelength and like, she like her content like it shows me different things that I never knew a camera could do. Wow. So it's like for photography stuff, for photography stuff or like videography stuff, it's like it's cool. It gives me ideas. Yeah. And it like motivates me and like inspires me to do better at that. And then like Cindy, like my friend Cindy, she's been doing it for like a long time. She has like her own content, pushing her own stuff. She started what is it? Saturn Club or something like that. It's like social, kind of like an influencer type social club, something like that.
That's dope.
So they started that. Yeah, she's like on the board for that, and like they host events, and they like she gets all the creators together, like in Seattle, to do stuff like that. And I thought that was hella cool.
That is dope.
Like that was unexpected. Like when that came out, when that first came out, I was like, oh shit. Hell yeah. Like I would have never known. Like that's on, and then like Sharon. So Sharon's my friend that she is a manager over at Sugo. She's on her rise right now, kind of like us, like getting started on the creator life. Yeah. But like, her content is very like positive too, and she's like just trying to promote like good food. Like she's a foodie too, but then like she also has like she's starting something new with her like alcoholic boba stuff. Ooh. Like that's just kind of dope, right? Like we don't have that type of stuff. But her oyster event, like so she does different events at Sugo and stuff, and it's like not only promoting the business, but then promoting her ideas, like the boba thing. Like that's her thing that she wants to do.
That's dope.
So it's like, yeah, like she, you know, again, positive content. And then like, I call him my cousin because he's been a family friend for a long time. But you saw him at the party, Kid Campbell. He was one of the dudes in like the jersey. Yeah. The Cambodian looking dude. Yeah.
He's dope. He's a good
Kid Campbell, Nate. That's one of the boys. You know, we all grew up together. He's a rapper now.
Yeah, that's
so like he's following his dream, like doing that, creating content. That dude is very consistent on TikTok. I'll tell you that.
Is he?
He pushes like, well, I think he has somebody like helping him, but
still
he does like 2 or 3 videos a day.
That's dope.
Like
that's
I'm on the friends like For You thing, and I'm like, damn, it's like him. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
That's
like
dope. That's dope. That's how you want to do it.
Yeah. So those are like, man, I know there's a lot more. Oh, Andy Dooley. I used to work with him. He was a personal trainer. That dude.
Oh, I might know him.
Yeah.
Filipino?
No.
Damn.
But that dude, he wrote his own book recently, and it's about like him. It's about like him, his connection to God, and like his family.
That's dope.
I thought that was dope, and like he pushes out really positive content too. He used to be a personal trainer over at Lifetime.
Yeah.
And like I luckily got to like meet him, talk to him, and like he's always been like a kind soul ever since. So like, yeah, those are like the few that there's a lot more. I know there's a lot more.
No, same here.
And I can easily drop a lot of people.
My bad.
But like I just can't. I would have to go through my Instagram right now.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot more people.
All the travel and foodie people.
Yeah.
You guys are dope.
Those are Mark's people.
Podcast people too, him included, and whoever's out there, creators, personal trainers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, this episode was kind of just like to give you guys a glimpse of like, we get a lot of questions, or like me specifically, I get a lot of questions of like why you started, what, you know, like what made you do this, like what's so hard about it, like this all looks so easy, stuff like that. So I was like, who else to bring on, and like who better to help explain than, you know, my homie Mark, because like again, he's been doing this for a long time. So it's like he gets it, I get it, and you know, what better episode or what better guest to have on to explain all this stuff. And like again, our main topic was the life of a creator. We kind of like, we didn't really follow our agenda, which is fine.
Wait, did we cover it?
I mean, we covered most of the stuff. We covered most of the stuff, but it's like you really got into like our heads and like what goes through our minds and like what we really talk about. So, you know, I think that was like, I don't know, unless you have anything else to add, but like sounds like the library's kicking us out. But
what else do I have?
Or like anything you want to plug, you can go ahead.
Plug.
Show chance.
I just got to thank everyone supporting me, all my friends, friend group, the 5 people that allow me to express myself.
Always.
My friend group that I grew up with, day ones. I'll put Lurk Squad in there. I'll say Lurk Squad.
Lurk Squad is dead.
I'm repping. Lurk Squad, Kingsgate, Cedarwood, Redmond.
Damn,
people
you can't
in
say
Redmond,
you repping
Woodinville. Oh, wait, I'm saying my cities, huh?
This man repping all the cities.
No, all the cities I moved growing up. Like
that's cool. Hey, go ahead.
No, like, all the schools, Evergreen, Kamigan, Juanita.
Man, this man made it.
Sherwood Forest.
I play volleyball at Kamigan.
John Muir, Bellevue College, man, all the people I've met through my journey in life. Customers.
A lot of customers. We'd be surprised.
A lot of customers.
Working at where we worked, yeah.
Friends of friends, friends of old relationships, friends of whoever, cousins, everyone that had any interaction with me. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
I can't name all of y'all, but
there's a lot.
y'all played a role in this, and I'm doing this for y'all. Mostly me, but doing it for y'all.
But nah, same thing, man. Just, you know, that's kind of, I like that. You giving support to or you giving shout outs to the people that supported you. Yeah. And those are the people that matter the most, to be honest. So doing this for not a long time, but doing this for how long that we have, like, you kind of learn to respect, or kind of learn to like always show love to those people. Yeah. Because that makes the biggest, they made the biggest difference in like your career as you're growing up. So, you know, I get
Good
it.
environment.
Yeah. Just quick announcements. The website is live. If you haven't already, you can submit anonymously through the different tabs up top. There's Tea Time, which is where it used to be our segmented advice for what, but we changed it. So we on Tea Time now. Is where we talk about anything you need advice on, whether that's funny or whether it's serious, whether it's family, friends, work, anything relationship related. Go ahead and drop that in. Like I said, it's all anonymous. Like I don't see what it is or who it's from. So it could be the most craziest thing. We don't judge. We'll talk about it. Same thing with the feedback tab. You can any questions or topics you want to see on the next episode, go ahead and drop that down. Again, this is all anonymous, so I don't see at all who's typing, who's doing what. There's a new segment. There's going to be a new tab it should already be live now, but it's called Forbidden Fruit. So this is going to be a segment about your most embarrassing secrets. Again, anonymous. It'll just be for fun. It's going to be one of those segments. It's called Forbidden Fruit. You can drop whatever story. It can be serious. It can be funny. Whatever it is, man, we'll talk about it. It's just more enjoyment, just things to have fun. Kind of like, if you have these things on your chest that you want to get off, or like it's carrying weight on your shoulders, like this is a place where you can vent out. You don't got to worry about anybody judging you or anybody knowing who you are. So again, this is all completely 100% anonymous. We're kind of talking about earlier, but like business partnerships or product sponsoring. Like a lot of people have contacted through Instagram. That's okay to contact through there, but you can also, we have our email to kind of help keep it a little bit organized. Go ahead and you can email the show. The email is in the bio. And it's on the website too. You can do that one. But yeah, just continue supporting the show. Thank you to all of our subscribers, everybody that's been liking the posts, everybody that's reposting everything on TikTok. If you haven't already, like obviously subscribe to our YouTube channel, probably where you're listening right now, but also follow our Instagram and TikTok. And then we do stream on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, as well as the YouTube video. So it is Spotify video too. So if you can't catch the video on YouTube, you can catch it on Spotify.
That's dope. I did watch the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for all the constant love and support. You guys mean everything and mean the world to me and the show. Couldn't do anything without y'all, and can never do anything without y'all, because y'all keep me going. But yeah, anything else, Mark, before I sign us off?
Solid.
All right. Well, this has been another Nice4What Productions. We out you.
Hey, Mom.